Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2 with me, the Crafty Gamer. Now, last time we did an episode, we'd gone to Roscoff in the north of France, and I thought that would be a very good place to start our episode today. So let's jump straight into the world map and find out exactly where I'm going. So here we are, we left our last delivery at Roscoff and we are now heading towards Bourges. I'm probably going to pronounce that completely wrong, but hey-ho. Yeah, that's going to be our trip today. I'm carrying, I think it's 11 tons worth of eels, apparently, from a ferry port. And we're going to go past Rennes, or I can pronounce them, Le Mans. Try not to do any racing around there. Where else are we going past? It's famous. Saint-Laurent? You know, I did French at school and I still cannot get these words right. Anyway, this will be a multi-part video and I've scheduled my break to be just north of Le Mans here. So we've got a nice truck stop area here. If we zoom in, this is where our break's going to be. So yeah, let's go straight back to the truck and see what's what. This is our trailer that we picked up. It's a boring refrigerated box trailer, I do believe. There's a refrigerator on there? There's no actual refrigerator on there. However, I am carrying eels, so I would suspect that it is a refrigerated load. Like I say, we are going from some ferry port, so we are literally right on the coast here. So let's jump back inside and start getting things set up. Now we'll wait for... just get a light set. Right. Yes, let's track our set while I'm away. Now, before I get started, I did put up a post regarding on the Facebook page of Euro Truck Simulator that I changed some of my settings, some of my controls, to make this a little bit more realistic. And I'm going to go into some of those chats about what I've actually done. Throughout this journey. So yeah, you're going to see just what I've actually managed to do. So first of all, let's get outside of where we are. Always forget there's bumps there. Some of these times I do hit them quite hard. Not really good for the customer to watch that. Don't think there should be anyone coming out of there. Now, some things I have changed, other than the controls, is I've added a couple of mods. Now, one of the mods is a trailer mod, and one of them is a traffic mod. And the traffic mod is going to make my life a living nightmare, I can just guarantee it. I have two profiles running. One profile is obviously this profile you watch now, and there will be... that's what all my videos are based from. So obviously if I make any changes, I have to kind of test them first before I bring them out into YouTube. So yeah, I have another channel, another profile that allows me to do some testing. So if there's any interesting mods out there that I think are worth having a look at and putting onto the channel, they go through that process first, which I think is the best way of doing it, because there's some great looking mods and they just turn out to be, you know, pretty terrible. But yeah, I've managed to do this AI mod, which changes the amount of AI traffic you get in big areas, and also mixes up the type of traffic. So it's not just always cars, it's not just always lorries, there's all sorts of vehicles now that's added to it, and it just kind of gives the game a little bit of a difference, a little bit of because you kind of get the regular same old stuff. Now things are a little bit different. just looking at the fuel gauge now. You always look at the fuel gauge just after you pass the petrol station, but we're looking at just above half a tank, so that should be plenty to get us to Le Mans, to our rest stop area, so we can get fueled up there, and I can show you just how expensive it is fueling these lorries. Because now this is our lorry. This is massive, great big lag there. I don't know quite what that was about. But yeah, there was quite expensive to keep these things going. Now the second mod that I have installed is, like I said, a trailer mod, and this adds some different trailers. You've just seen a couple of them go past there on the left hand side there. These are all realistic trailers now. The pack that I downloaded was based around trailers that we see here in the UK. There's an Eddie Stobart tanker going past, if you caught that very quickly. If I get out of this junction without causing any issues. Yes, the trailer mod. Who made it? This is made by a person called the Emperor. That's his call sign here in Euro Truck Simulator 2. And he has released this trailer mod, pack even. And like I say, it's based around UK trailers. So trailers that I see day in, day out are now in the game. He is working on other trailer mods, based around European countries, and I can't wait to see some of the trailers he comes up with, because I swear to God, the ones I'm seeing now, the artwork on them is absolutely really, really good. Really, really is something. So you, sir, if you're watching this video, and I know you'll be watching it somewhere, you, sir, are a genius, and I would take my hat off to you if it wasn't for the fact it's got my Track IR sat on top of it. So yeah, you keep up doing the good work, mate. Let's see if we can spot some of these trailers on the delivery down to Le Mans, or first part of this video, I should say, down to Le Mans. And that's typical. I've just remembered I've changed some of the controls, you idiot. Oh, things I've done. I've set up different controls, and I've just remembered that I don't need the rain on. Because if I have the rain on, I've run out of buttons, really. I'm not using my Rocket software, so I'm hoping this gets rid of the rain. Does it? Does it? No, I think the rain's here to stay. Right, okay, so I'm going to have to reset this. Awfully sorry about this, guys. I tried not to have... Where's wipers? Wipers. Oh, wipers are P. Right, okay, I can try and remember that. I set up a different controller because although the Rocket scenery was good, I didn't think it was, yeah, it's another thing to keep looking at, it's another thing to keep setting up. So yeah, I had to kind of push the Rocket the software to one side for the time being. So that means I had to reset up my wheel for all the controls. And I basically had to lose one of the controls, and one of the controls was the wipers, so I did get rid of the... In the previous profile that I was saying about earlier with the testing, I'd got rid of the rain effect, so I didn't need to have anything set up for the wipers. Obviously in this profile I haven't taken that away, so yeah, we've got rain this time, but hopefully after this rainstorm goes, there will be no more rain. You might be wondering why I've done that, and kind of goes into the... thing I was on about earlier regarding the controls, how I've set them up. I've set this up now to be a lot more realistic. I think we're following one of the new trailers. I'm going to slow down for this one because I'm not going to overtake him. Not yet. There you go. That is a Lidl's trailer. Not something you see in the game. I know other people have created mods with different trailer packs. But there you go, that is a Lidl's trailer. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, the controls. Basically, the two sims that are out here, we have European Truck Simulator, which you see before you, and you have American Truck Simulator. And the two trucks, the two types of units that you get in those games are very, very different from each other. And one of the main reasons how they're different is the gearboxes. The European trucks don't actually have, well, very few of them now, actually have a manual gearbox. It's all automatic. They may have paddle shift gears for selecting different ones, but it's based off an automatic gearbox. The American units all have great big mother-humping 18-speed minimum manual gearboxes, which are interesting to drive, shall we say. So I've kind of copied that into the sims here. So in European Truck Sim, this is an automatic. You can actually just see next to the rev counter there is a 10 and an A, and that is automatic, and it's selected 10th gear. However, I've got a twist to this. There are certain times in real driving that you don't want a gearbox to upshift or downshift. Say you're going up a hill and you're carrying something rather heavy, like, let's say, a truck, and you're going up this steep hill and you don't want to go and upshift, because when you upshift you'll lose all your revs, all your momentum, and you'll just, well, you won't get up the hill. So what I've done here is I've set up a button which allows me to swap between a fully automatic gearbox, which is what we're in at the moment, and to use the paddle shifts to change gear, or to hold it, more importantly, in a gear. So we can get rid of the wipers, don't need them anymore. So all I've got to do is press a button, which is, so if you just watch where the 10 and the A option is, on the, just to the left of the rev counter, it is now 10 and M. And that means now it's 10th gear, but in manual. So I can now select the gears with the paddle shifts, the shifter switches here I've got on the wheel, and I can hop it down a gear, I can hop it up a gear, or more importantly, I can hold it in a gear. So I'm going up a hill, I don't need it to upshift, I don't need it to downshift, I can now hold it there, get the revs going, and get the vehicle up the hill. So we'll just put that back into automatic before I forget. So yeah, basically now, we are quite, this is now a very, very realistic rendition of what a European truck actually has. Let's concentrate now, because I think I need to be in the other lane. If we can just slide in here. So yeah, this makes driving so much easier, because and more realistic for you guys. A lot of people have said, why don't I drive it a little bit more realistic? Well, I set out to do these videos and show off the Truck Simulator as realistic as I can. Remember, I'm not a truck driver. I don't have a truck driving license. I only offload these things with fork trucks. I don't actually drive them. So yeah, this option change on the European Truck Simulator was kind of necessary, really, to make it just that little bit more realistic. Also makes it very much easier to drive, I must admit, because now I can concentrate on the more important stuff, i.e. driving. And also keeping an eye out for, gosh, truth, don't pull out them, for the AI traffic, which now is remodded and is completely different than the Bogo standard AI traffic, which, as we all know, can be a sod. And obviously I won't bring these options, the gearbox options, into American Truck Simulator. That will stay as a manual gearbox. I have the gearbox shifter here sat next to me, and I have now managed to set it up so that I can actually use a full 18-speed manual gearbox. So, yep, we're all ready for that. Obviously, my first couple of drives in American Truck Sim, it's been very difficult for me because I don't drive. I don't drive a 18-speed car. I drive two cars, actually, funnily enough, in real life. One of them is a 6-speed manual, and the other is fully automatic. Both of them are chalk and cheese from each other. But yeah, so that's my experience of gearboxes. My fork truck obviously is electric, so I don't have to worry about that. So yeah, present me with an 18-speed gearbox and there is an issue. So I overtake these lorries because there's not much point me sitting behind them. Obviously, we've still got the SCS's trailers still going around. You see them every now and again. That's an Eddie Stobart tanker there, followed by an SCS trailer. So yeah, Emperor, you sir are a genius. The trailers you've come up with in his UK pack, absolutely fantastic. I will say one thing though, you have created inadvertently the trailer. There looks like an accident going on over there on the other side there. Yeah, you've created a trailer from the company I work for. I'm not going to say who it is. But yeah, so that's quite creepy now. I can offload or move trailers around that I actually offload. Maybe we'll see one of those in a future episode. So much easier with the vehicle actually choosing the gears. I think the vehicle knows a lot more about gears than I do. Never quite know which one of these to actually aim for, so I think we can go for this one. This means we shouldn't actually have to stop. I don't want to balls this up and hit anything. Yes, we can. In my test profile, there's another trailer on the right hand side there. That's part of the mod pack. Yes, hello. Who's going to give way to who? It's a horrible feeling there. That lorry was going to come straight along, went into the left-hand side of me, and there goes. So anyway, yes. Where was I? Yes, on my test profile, obviously I'm doing driving and testing out various mods and whatnot, and I was coming across one of those toll booth stations, and completely misjudged the fact that my lorry. My trailer was far too high to actually go into that booth, so I just came to a stop very quickly. Made me feel a bit of an idiot, if I'm honest. I do think the AI mod that I have installed now, and I can't for the life of me think what it's called now, but we'll call it a traffic mod, it's reset, has rechanged all the algorithms that govern the AI traffic, and it starts to look a little bit more realistic, if I'm honest. Don't pull out. Please don't pull out. Don't pull out. Don't do it. Thank you. Yeah, it just looks a little bit more realistic. A lot of work got into that. Can't be too far away from our rest point, if I'm honest, because Le Mans is on the signpost, so I do believe our rest point was to the north of Le Mans, was it? I can't remember. It was somewhere close by. Big service station, I'm not expecting something small. There's another trailer, Hermes. I wish I could keep up with it, but just to show it off a little bit more. But yeah, very, very accurate rendition there of a Hermes trailer. So we're in the Le Mans area, because that sign there showed Le Mans, so yeah, lay-by, or not lay-by, the stopping point can't be too far away. In fact, I think it's coming up now. Possibly. Oops, just want to get across the side here. Is that car going to let me? No, of course not. I think the AI traffic is a little bit quicker than I remember. Of course, this lorry is restricted to 56 miles an hour. Currently doing about 56 miles an hour, which is the legal limit as well, so Mr. French policeman, wherever you are, you're not going to do me for speeding. You might do me for other things, but it ain't going to be speeding. In fact, this is our service station going up, so must remember to put diesel in the vehicle. We're going to need that. I do know that much for a fact. Just go into that one. I should be able to still make the parking point. Ooh, that's tighter than I thought. This is not where you want to have an accident, if I'm honest. Now, notice that the price of the diesel is £1.08. I dare say it's a lot cheaper in the game than it is in real life. But litres, at the moment it says 0. Let's see, we're what, a third of a way? About a third of a tank. So let's see how much it takes to fill this up. £650 for 600, just over 600 litres of diesel. My God, these things are expensive. And remember, because this is our own lorry, I have to pay the bill. Well, I suppose you've got to make the money. Oh, yeah, it helps if you put it into the right gear. Even on automatic, you have to tell it to go into drive and not neutral. Don't. No. Bad lorry. Bad lorry. Oh, let's see where we're going to park this thing up. I think just in here. I don't want to go anywhere near another lorry because I know for a fact I'm going to cause an issue. Straighten it up into the bay. And there we go. I think everyone's happy. So, let's get rid of that. Don't need that. There we go. That's not bad parking, is it? It's all in the lines. Next to a Texaco tanker. And what's that? A DHL curtain cider? And is that toll? Looks like a toll curtain cider over there as well. So yeah, this is going to be the end of part 1 of our trip down to where the heck are we going? I've forgotten. Bourges, was it? Yeah, Bourges. That's where we're going. So yeah, we're currently just over halfway there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for part 2 when we complete our journey.